I want you to meet two versions of the same woman. Same salary, same neighborhood, same family history of having nothing. One of them worked for 20 years, did everything right, showed up early, stayed late, and at 45, she is one missed paycheck away from crisis. The other one, same job, same starting point. She invested $1,000. That's it, one, and let the math do the rest. Today, she sleeps differently because the system works for her now, not against her. And I need you to hear this next part very carefully. In 2025, Black women lost 113,000 jobs. Not because we weren't qualified, not because we didn't work hard enough. We were 12% of the federal workforce and 33% of the layoffs. 33%! So here's what this video is about. It's not about waiting for the system to fix itself. It's about building something the system cannot touch. Stay with me. This one is for us.
Before we get into the steps, I need to say something first. If you've never invested before, that is not your fault. Nobody taught you. Not school, not your parents, not your community. And some of that was by design. The GI Bill gave returning soldiers college funds and home loans. Black veterans were systemically denied both. Redlining kept our grandparents out of wealth-building neighborhoods for decades. Black Wall Street, a thriving Black economic community in Tulsa, was literally burned to the ground in 1921. So when I hear someone say, "Why don't Black people just invest more?" I want them to understand the full picture. We are starting from a deficit that was engineered. Not inherited. Engineered. But here's what's also true. You are here, watching this, in 2026, which means you have access to something your grandmother never had. And we're gonna use it. Starting with $1,000.
Here's something I want to ask you. You probably already know you should be investing, right? You've heard it, you've Googled it, maybe you even opened an account once. So why hasn't it happened yet? Because saving feels safe. It's in your control. You can see it, touch it. Investing feels like gambling, feels like losing, feels like one more thing in a world that already takes from us without asking. And that feeling is valid. It comes from a real place. But here is the math that nobody told us. If you keep $1,000 in a savings account at 0.5% interest, in 20 years, you have $1,105. If you invest that same $1,000 in a basic index fund at 10% average return, in 20 years, you have $6,727. $6,700 from 1,000. The bank was not your friend. It was just familiar. The psychological barrier is real, but it's not permanent. And the first step is just understanding why it's there. Now, let's break it down, step by step. Here is the exact system for your first $1,000. 5 steps. In order, do not skip ahead. The order matters. Step 1. Before you invest a single dollar, build a $1,000 emergency fund first. Why? Because if your car breaks down and you have no cushion, you'll pull your investments out at a loss to cover it. $1,000 in a high-yield savings account, earning 4 to 5%. That's your shield. Not in a regular bank account. High yield. We're talking $40 to $50 per year just for having it sit there. Free money. Step 2. If your job offers a 401k match and you are not using it, you are literally leaving free money on the table every single month. If your employer matches 3% and you make $50,000, that is $1,500 of free money every year that you're currently declining. Contribute at least up to the match. This is non-negotiable. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA. This is, in my opinion, the most powerful tool first-gen families are not using. You invest after-tax money now, and when you retire, zero taxes on the withdrawals. Zero. The 2026 contribution limit is $7,000 per year. You can start with $50 a month. Fidelity and Vanguard both allow $0 minimum to open. $0 to open. There is no excuse left.
Step 4. Inside that Roth IRA, buy one index fund. Not 10 stocks, not crypto, not your cousin's tip. One index fund. VOO, the S&P 500 Index Fund, or FXAIX if you're with Fidelity. This is literally a slice of the 500 biggest companies in America. When they win, you win. Historical average return, 10% per year over the last 50 years. $100 per month, 30 years, 10% return, you end up with $226,000 from $100 a month. Step 5, and this is the one that actually makes you wealthy. Automate your contributions. Set it to transfer $50 or $100 on the day after payday. Automatically. Don't touch it, don't check it every day, don't panic when the market dips. The market goes down, and then it goes up. And over decades, it always has. The people who lose money are the ones who panic and sell. You are not going to be those people. You now know more about investing than most people in this country, and you definitely know more than anyone in our community was ever taught. Your grandmother worked her whole life. She worked hard. She was smart. She was resourceful. And she never had access to a single one of these tools. Not the Roth IRA, not the index fund, not the compound interest calculator, not even a bank account that treated her like a customer. She didn't fall behind because she wasn't enough. She fell behind because the system was built to make her fall. Redlining, GI Bill exclusions, credit discrimination. These were decisions made by people in rooms she was never invited into. But you are in the room now. You have the tools. You have the information. You have this video. And you have something she never did. You have a starting point. Generational wealth doesn't start with $1 million. It starts with one decision, one account, one fund, $100 a month, and the radical act of believing that you deserve to build something that lasts. Before I let you go, here is your checklist. 3 things this week. 1. Go to Fidelity.com or Vanguard.com and open your Roth IRA. $0 minimum. It takes less time than scrolling Instagram. 2. Check your 401k settings at work. Are you getting the full match? If not, fix it today. 3. Set up an automatic transfer for the day after payday. $50. That's it, to start. This is what the other side looks like. Not overnight, not a lottery ticket, not luck. 20 years of small, consistent, automated decisions. $100 a month. $226,000 at the end. That is what we're building.
Before we wrap up, if this gave you even one thing to think about, hit that like button. It takes 1 second, and it genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. And subscribe if you want the next one. Now, let's finish this. Investing feels permanent because nobody in our world ever started. But not starting, that is what's permanent. Your grandmother couldn't cross this line, not because she didn't deserve to, because the system made sure she couldn't. You are not your family's financial history. You are not the layoff. You are not the wage gap. You are not the starting from zero. You are the person who just spent 12 minutes learning how to change all of that. And that means everything. I'm Naomi, and I'll see you in the next one.